Caring for someone with dementia can be hard, but there's some upcoming workshops at the Holyoke Soldiers Home that aim to help families come together to learn more about dementia and how to cope with the changes. Joining us to share more about the workshops is Marcia McKenzie, Director of Diversity Initiative for the Alzheimer's Association, Mass New Hampshire chapter. Marcia, the workshops are taking place at the Holyoke Soldiers Home. It's a wonderful partnership that you have.
Yes, the Alzheimer's Association and the Soldiers Home have a wonderful partnership that we have pre-screenings for veterans who are still living in the community and may be experiencing some memory loss. And we also open up the programs to the local community.
That's wonderful. What two great organizations coming together. It's great. And you're offering this series. It's called the Essential Skills series. And we're going to let everyone know about the workshops that are taking place within this series. So the first workshop that takes place in the series is called It Starts with Communication. Tell us about it.
Yes. So communication, because the person with Alzheimer's, because of the disease, their ability to communicate normally, like you and I will, is compromised. And so we help families to learn some techniques and give them some tools how they can better able communicate and understand what the person with Alzheimer's disease is trying to communicate to them.
It is a very difficult thing to understand if you're not the one that's going through it. So it's nice to break that barrier. What is the difference between dementia and Alzheimer's?
Right, so there's some confusion around that. So dementia is an umbrella term for some symptoms that affects the brain's ability to function in the areas of memory, thinking, and understanding. And then there are different causes, different diseases that cause that dementia, such as Alzheimer's, which is the most common cause. There's Parkinson's, there's Huntington's disease, Lewy body Pick's, and a whole host of them. So Alzheimer's disease is the most common cause of dementia. It is a progressive disease that robs the brain's ability to remember things, to use thinking skills, to understand, and to communicate. Now, as we age, we do lose some of our memory, but Alzheimer's disease is not a normal part of aging.
Right, right. It is a disease.
It is a disease of the brain, and it's progressive.
And these workshops that you're hosting and offering to the community aren't just for caregivers of people with dementia. If you're a family member who their grandfather is suffering from it or their grandmother, you can go and learn more about how to communicate with them.
Yes, we welcome everyone.
That's great. And the next workshop within the series is Understanding Behaviors. Tell us about this.
So with the disease, because the brain is compromised, there may be some behaviors that accompany the disease. So we may get some people with the disease who have some aggression. They may sometimes be, repetitive questions. So we help, again, the family members understand what's driving those behaviors and what can you do to kind of offset it, such as redirection, trying to keep them occupied, things like that.
Right. And the last workshop within the series is Safety at Home, very important.
Right, that's very important. So a lot of people who are diagnosed with the disease are still living at home, and there are certain things that they have to be careful of. Something as simple as the cleaning chemicals in your home, if there are weapons in the home, going out into the community, driving, which also is a big deal. You know, if the person is still driving and their brain is compromised, they can't use reasoning skills and make good judgment, then we help them to understand that.
And it's easy for a family member to get frustrated with the person. Why are they doing this? Why are they acting this way? But they can't help it. And so
they can't help it.
These workshops are a great way for people to be educated.
Right. So we kind of encourage people to come and get the education because it's going to help them better manage the person with the disease and manage just the everyday life of that person.
And the emotional aspect
and the
as
emotional
well.
aspect.
And Marcia, what should people look for as just symptoms or signs that someone has early onset dementia or has been diagnosed with dementia?
Right. So the most common sign is a memory loss, but it has to be memory loss that affects your everyday life, so affects how you do your normal chores. So it's memory loss that disrupts your everyday life. So it's more than just losing your keys. It's finding the keys and not being able to recognize that these keys open your door or start your car.
Right. So it's short-term memory loss.
A short-term memory loss, but it has to be consistent. So it's not like maybe this morning I forgot that I had to come here, or I forgot where I put my car keys. It's consistent over a period of time, and it gets worse.
Okay. And these are things that you can look at in a loved one to see if maybe.
Right.
And is there a certain age when it's more likely to develop?
So age is the biggest risk factor. However, by the age 85, when we get to 85, we have nearly a 50% chance of developing the disease. Now, there's people under 65 who are diagnosed with the disease. Even though that's rare, it's called younger onset Alzheimer's.
Okay.
And this is why we promote early detection. So if you think that there's something not right with your loved one, we encourage you to get to the doctor immediately.
Well, this is a wonderful workshop that you're hosting, and people can go to alz.org for more information.
Yes.
They can also call the phone number that we provided as well to
Yes.
register. Thank you, Marcia.
Thank you.
To learn more about these workshops, you can visit us online at mymassappeal.com later today. Just click on Personal Appeal.